Hello, bonjour. My name is Emma Jane. I'm a Belgian-German exchange student here at Aju this semester. I'm going to be teaching you French because one of the national languages from Belgium is French. There's a bit of a difference in accents, but we'll make it work. So this time I'm going to be teaching you about the basic French sentences, the most useful, most basic sentences you could know. But first we're going to talk about the alphabet because it's a bit different in pronunciation than in English. So I'm just going to be reading through the alphabet. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just know that it's a different sound. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And this we call the CD, which when you see it in the word, it's pronounced like an S. Now I'm going to talk about the letter combinations as well because we have different sounds in French when different letters are together. So first we have CH, which is pronounced sh, like in cheval, cheval, which means a horse. Then we have OI, which is pronounced wa, wa, like in oiseau, oiseau, which is a bird in French. Then we have or with different ways of writing it, depending on the words. An example of this sound would be peur, peur, which means fear in French. Which means fear in French. Then we have QU, which is pronounced k. The Korean character didn't pop up on the presentation, but it's k. And an example of that sound would be que, which means queue or tail in English. Then we have OU, the sound is U. And we have a word, an example of that sound would be coussin, coussin, which is a pillow. Then we have O and O, different ways of writing it again, depending on the words. And just this word means water in French, eau. Then back here, we have ON or OM. They both sound like on, but the M is usually in front of a P or a B. An example of ON is mouton, mouton, which is a sheep. And of OM would be ombre, ombre, which is a shadow in French. Then we have PH. PH is pronounced like an F. And an example of that sound would be phare, which means a lighthouse, phare. Then we have IN, which is un, and an example of that sound would be incroyable, incroyable, which is incredible in French. Then we have AN, which sounds like on, and an example is chanson, chanson, and that means a song. Then we have different accents. This one is e, and an example with that sound is éléphant, éléphant, which is an elephant. Then we have different variations. They all sound like and an example with this one is lèvre, which means lip. Now, this one also sounds like and an example would be baleine, which means whale. Then we have OIN, ouin, like coin, which means a corner. And in French, sometimes letters are silent. For example, when a word finishes with D, S, T, or X, you don't pronounce it. It's silent. It's still there, but it's silent. Chaud, compris, achat, and choix. And if it starts with an H, you don't really say heureux, you say heureux. I'm going to move on to the basic sentences. These are the first words I learned when I started self-studying Korean. So I'm going to go through them and then slowly. Bonjour, bonjour. Merci, merci. Oui, oui. Non, non. Au revoir, au revoir. So bonjour, merci, oui, non, au revoir, au revoir. And these equal this in English and that in Korean. Bonjour, hello, merci, thank you, oui, yes, non, no, au revoir, goodbye. Now, here are the words that I talked about in the examples. These are really basic words, common words. These are not basics that you need to know or whatever, but to build your vocabulary, it's always interesting. So I'm going to quickly go through them again. Cheval, oiseau, peur, queue, coussin, eau, mouton, ombre, phare, incroyable, chanson, éléphant, lèvres, baleine, coin, chaud, heureux, compris, from the verb comprendre, achat, and choix. Now, this is it for the first video in this series. Thank you for listening. Merci de votre attention, and I will see you in the next video.